Well, I came to Tatnall in 8th grade, and I had run for St. Mary Magdalene Middle School, and I just thought it'd be a good idea to try out for the high school team in 8th grade, and I loved it. Yeah. Definitely Great American or regionals course like Wake Med. I think that's so fun. I guess when Joni would come in and she would always be dressed in clothes that were she'd been going out or out to lunch or something and everyone else is in running clothes and all sporty and she'd sprint to the bathroom and try not to be caught by us all and she would never make it. Yeah. Definitely just to have fun with it and enjoy it while you can because it really does go by fast and just to do all the little things because I think they really pay off and I know that they can seem, I don't know, not fun or not important, but when you see the payoff in the end, it's definitely worth it. Oh man. Oh, I wish I was in first now. Favorite memory? Probably any time we went in the vans. Because I feel there was always fun things happening and music blasting and just craziness. I don't know.
Well, I decided to come here after my freshman year and it just seemed like a great opportunity. I really like Bellevue. It's a really flat course. Oh man, Kristen.
Well, at the States party when we started clapping and then he goes, guys, have you ever thought about why people clap?
I don't even think we were
it's
clapping.
the weirdest thing. I mean,
weren't
yeah,
even clapping,
it
you
just
just
came
brought it
up and
up.
he's just who thought of doing this? And then he's just why do you just smack your hands together? And so now every time I start clapping, I'm just really confused.
I also like the examples of possible claps.
I remember those ones.
Can you demonstrate some?
No.
Yes, I can, right? We had the one where you go
What was the one we
No, and then
there's this one.
and then there was one that was just this.
We did this one too, right? They're really you the one-handed clap.
doesn't work?
Oh.
You just gotta really
God.
listen for it. Oh man.
So thanks for this, Chris Lee.
Yeah. Alright, my favorite memory from cross country was probably Immaculata when we were just wobbling everywhere. Or yeah, probably that one. This is my birthday too. It was a good day.
You were wobbling?
Yeah, we were wobbling. There are pictures.
I knew I wanted to run in preschool. I don't know why, but I did. And so yeah, when I was the fastest little 3-year-old, I decided I was going to run cross country.
Have you been running since preschool?
No. I was just always the fastest person. I'm fine. Oh, Reagan is talking over me. I'm sorry. Just have fun because this team is just really amazing and I know the past 4 years have been just really great.
What's your favorite course?
Pass. Okay, my favorite course is probably regionals. It's a really fast course and it's my PR, so yeah, I like it.
Well, I started running cross country in middle school, but the reason I started doing track was because of Lindsay.
No, I started you in cross country!
This is a lie. She did not make me run cross country. It was track.
No.
But I still give her all the credit in the world, and I wouldn't have stuck around and made it up to the high school level without her, so yeah. Definitely Winterthur. yeah, I just love the county meet, and I love that course. It's kind of perfect, so. Wickman. Well, one, you were just like always there to like give me high fives and hugs after the race, and I was always really thankful of that, but you're also the same shoe size as me, so you were just like in the office one time trying on my shoes, and people walked in and got really confused, and it was really funny. I'm so awkward. Definitely you have to be a role model for everybody, and you can't forget that anybody on the team is just as important as everybody else from varsity all the way to JV, so we're all just one big team here.
Okay, I started running cross country for a couple of reasons. The main one was I was really bad at football. And I was really small, so I got hit really hard a lot, and I was tired of getting hit and bruised. So I decided not to play football. And then, you guys actually, Reagan and Lindsay and Maddie, Masson Goebel, who doesn't go to Tatnall anymore, they started talking to me about doing cross country, and I was like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Like, I'd like to hang out with them, so, yeah.
I remember Rebecca almost scared you out of doing it, and then Haley got really mad at her.
No, because there's other parts of the story, because Haley had a crush on me. Because I was Charlie Bucket. And then Becca came up to me, and she was like, are you thinking about doing cross country? And I was like, yeah, like, it sounds fun. And she's like, it's really intense. It's really, really hard, like, really tough. And I, like, went home because my dad wanted me to do it. And I was like, I don't think I'm going to do it. Like, it sounds awful. And he's like, no, just go do it. So, and I met with Castano in the June before my freshman year. And I got really excited about it. In the June. All the coaches have had really big impacts on me as a runner and as a person, I think. But Mr. Ginn has had a really big influence on me, and just especially towards the end of this year, he did a lot of really nice stuff for me that kind of kept me going at some point. So it's just a small thing, and I'm sure he'll be embarrassed I'm even saying it, but. During a workout, because my time goal for regionals was 17:30, so we were doing like 800s in the downs loop, and I was running with someone. I was starting to fall off because my legs were tired, and I was stressed out and everything, so I wasn't running as well as I would have liked. So he just ran up behind me, and just patted me on the back and went like 17:30, come on 17:30, and then he just kept running. And I that like really motivated me. I thought it was really cool. Night crawlers, obviously. Love night crawlers. That was a great memory. If you don't know what it is, just don't ask. Castano says this a lot, but pick up something from everybody on the team. And I think if you want to be a really good leader, you have to be a combination of all the good traits that you've seen in other people. Like, I think that the way that I tried to carry myself this year was, it came a lot from, like, the people I knew, like Ryan Hutman and Tyler Tate and Kyle McFoy and Sam last year. And I just tried to pick up the best stuff from all of them, and I remembered the stuff that I really liked about them as leaders, and then I tried to do that stuff too, so pick up something from everyone.
When I did winter track freshman year, I remember the first day we sat in the auditorium and Coach Castano put the team's website on the board, and I was so annoyed that it was / cross country, because I was like, there's a track team too, because I considered myself just a track runner, and that was primarily one of the reasons why I joined the cross country team, because I wanted to know what it was about and I wanted to be included. I remember one time
I had just joined winter track, and so I didn't do cross country my sophomore year, and so I had just joined the distance team, and Daryl took me out on a run, and it was to Rockford Park, and Daryl likes his little like quick pace, you know, and so he's like dragging me along, and I'm like not able to breathe next to him, but we made it, I think, and I just remember that he's been really supportive through the years, so there's a lot of great memories. There's a lot of favorite memories, but one of them was when we came back from regionals on the van. We couldn't get into Tatnall, so we kind of had to break in, and Mr. Ginn started picking up the boulders and throwing them on the side of the road. And then we like drove over the grass and got in on campus, and it was awesome. I would tell them to appreciate the coaching staff and take advantage of all the opportunities and really appreciate what they have.
Well, I did volleyball my freshman year, and I didn't like it at all. And my friends, aka Reagan and Lindsay and Katie and Rebecca and Mac, all were doing cross country, so I decided to give it a shot, and I didn't think it was actually something I would get into, but I don't know, I decided to do it sophomore year, so sophomore year was my first year, and yeah, changed my life. I think my favorite course is Bellevue. I'm not quite sure, but I like Bellevue a lot, especially when it's cloudy. I have so many. Alright, I'll start off with Daryl. Okay, so my favorite memory of Daryl was when he first started coaching for Tatnall. He was so awkward, and we didn't think that he actually talked because he would never say anything, and he was really awkward. And then when we drove down to Maymont, he was in our van on the way back, I think, and me and Allison Calabrese kept making fun of him because he was texting this girl who we called Crystal, and after that he actually started talking to us, and it was just so great, and he got so mad at us, but we always just joked around with him after that, and then we made up a song to the Naked Mole Rap for Daryl. Yeah. One of my favorite memories was Bellevue last year, 2011, when the JV girls just like came together for that meet, and we had like a team meeting the night before, and we just kind of like decided that we wanted to like go after something as a team, and like that was like I think like one of my favorite meets. The advice I'd like to pass on to the people next year is to believe in yourself, in your training and everything, and know that anything is possible if you train really hard, and if you work together, you can accomplish whatever. So.
I started running for Tatnall because after I played football in 7th grade, I realized maybe my future doesn't lie there, so I just signed up for the cross-country team 8th grade year, and just ended up really liking it. It was definitely a really big challenge. I wasn't like the best by any means, and I was just ready to just kind of see where it would take me in high school. My favorite course is the Creek, Brandywine Creek State Park. I think it's the hardest course, much like Bull Run down in Hereford, Maryland. But I think it really tests who the strongest runner is, and maybe not the best track runner, maybe not the best guy at Bellevue, but it's going to test the guy who decides to be the toughest on that day and who's trained the hardest leading up to the race. My favorite memory of the coaches would have to be, I'm going to pick Josh here. I think with Josh, I think when everyone gets really stressed out, with these big meets, all the traveling we do, I really enjoy talking to Josh because he's always a very light-minded guy. He's very practical, and I like talking to him about just kind of some more relaxed stuff like, hey, how's college going? You know, just talk about running, the weather, just really anything to just kind of take your mind off what the task at hand is. My favorite memory during cross country, it's hard to kind of have one memory, but it would definitely have to be with the boys. Oh gosh. Oh man, best memory. There's just, I don't know, you know. I definitely think at States this year, after winning States, it was really cool. We did a run back in the woods, and we were just talking about regionals and how this is our year, we're gonna kill it. And we went down there, and I mean, I think it worked out for the best. I think everything happens for a reason, and these boys are definitely should be very proud of everything we did this season. What advice would I give for someone? In a sport like this, you always have to keep an even keel. So after a great race, it's okay to be jumping up and down for 5 minutes, but just know that they're not always going to be great, and you're not always going to PR. So if you keep an even keel, then when you have a bad race, you know, you're not going to think too much of it, and if you have a good race, you're not going to think too much of it. And then when you have those races that are almost PRs, or you know, strategy races where you're not necessarily going after a PR, you're just going after something you want to work on, maybe a weakness of yours, you're going to be okay with it. Because in this sport, as Bill McCartan says, I've had as many bad days as you've had days, I guess, saying that he's been at this game a while now, longer than most of us young puppies, but yeah.
Your hands look really big, and your head looks really small. Okay.
Is it recording?
It is indeed.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. I was just reading one of my many college letters.
Mac, there's more!
Oh, these are all addressed to other people. That's right, I didn't get any college letters.
Oh, this
Because I wasn't recruited.
That really did hurt.
What advice would you give someone who wants to be a leader next year?
Be like Reagan Anderson.
Oh, thanks! Alright,
No, but if they want to be a good leader.
Be like me.
Did Disney? Why do I keep getting dissed? My god.
No, okay, seriously.
At least I got recruited.
Okay, do the first.
Oh my god.
Okay.
This is dumb.
You're dumb. Get out of here. You belong in college. Okay. Lindsay, we're trying to do an interview. Just stop.
Just kidding.
My favorite memory of cross country is bean dip. Oh, you're supposed to pop out and you didn't.
Okay, take two.
My favorite cross country memory is bean dip.
Hey!
So, Chupa memory. Yeah, last year at our special practice for States, there was, this big wooden box, like, in the meeting we were having. And Stania's like, we have a surprise for you. And I don't know, I thought it was like a dog coming out of the box. Like, some people thought it was t-shirts and
You
stuff.
thought it was a dog?
There was a dog there before.
Did you
His
think
name's Jack.
Castano
There
bought
was-
you a dog?
No, there was a dog at the place. His name's Jack. He was a really cute dog. For some reason, I thought he was in the box. But anyway, so Castania's like, we have a surprise for you. And he opens the box, and then Chupa comes out. And yeah, he like popped out of this box and was like, surprise, I'm here from Oregon for States. And it was just like what happened here. Except, you know, it wasn't a paper face, it was his real face.
Oh.
I'm going to miss Tatnall cross country. Are you? No, seriously.
Me too. Yeah, college.
Woo!